Wouldn't you like to know more about Alaska teens? Like whether we're using e-cigarettes, marijuana, and other drugs? Whether we're bullied at school, in our communities, and online? And how we feel about ourselves and our relationships with others? The good news is we can know the answers to these questions. These answers come from Alaska high school students who complete the Youth Risk Behavior Survey, also called the YRBS. The Alaska Department of Health and Social Services runs the survey every 2 years, and it has been offered throughout Alaska and the country for decades. The YRBS includes questions on health and social behaviors. Alaska teens like me share information about tobacco, alcohol, and drug use, physical activity and nutrition, injuries, violence and bullying, depression and suicide, sexual behaviors, and how connected we feel with others. High school students fill out the survey in the classroom. All participation is voluntary and anonymous, and parents must give their permission before we complete the survey. The Alaska Department of Health and Social Services collects all of the responses from the surveys, and then they analyze them. That gives a picture of health and social behaviors across the state. Sometimes it allows school districts to look at results just for teens in their districts.
For Center for Safe Alaskans, the Youth Risk Behavior Survey is that snapshot of young people from their own mouths telling us how they're doing. And we're able to use that information to support them and address problems in the community so that we can have better outcomes for young people in the long term.
The YRBS is important because we want to have a true understanding of our youth before we try to address the issues in our community. It's hard to address something as important as substance abuse or depression if we really don't know what's going on.
The Anchorage School District uses not only our local data, but state and national data to have structured conversations in our health lessons, and also to take a look at how our teens are doing compared nationwide, statewide.
A lot of kids have false assumptions about what other kids are doing. Like if there's 20 students and one couple is dating, all the other kids feel like everybody has a boyfriend or girlfriend but them, and it's not true. Or if there's a group of 20 kids and 2 or 3 kids in the group drink alcohol, the kids who don't drink feel like everybody's drinking but them. This is just kind of the way the teenage mind often works. And when they see the data, sometimes it's like, oh, not everybody's doing risky behaviors. Not everybody's doing that. And they maybe feel a little bit better about the decisions they're making.
Traditionally, our campaigns have really been specific to smoking among youth. And so recently we've looked at some of the data around electronic cigarette use, and we've had to course correct in a way to target more of our messaging around electronic cigarettes. And we use the YRBS data to keep track of electronic cigarette use among our youth. To really change the messaging to be more specific to what we're seeing in the data.
We learned about this program in Iceland, which has decreased the substance use of 10th graders. We adapted that program, brought it to Matsu. It has a lot of different components, but some of the main ones are after school and summer programming available to all youth and specially trained workers and coaches and teachers that are involved with that. And so YRBS was perfect to try and write a grant to fund this because it collected all the data we needed. It collected the data on how our youth were doing as far as being connected to others in the community, getting the support they needed, and whether they were using substances or not.
At Providence, we have a family medicine clinic that provides whole person care. We have behavioral health care integrated into the medical model. And when we're providing that care, we have used YRBS data to be able to understand the needs of youth and how we can screen effectively.
The information that we get from YRBS helps to guide Recover Alaska's programs and initiatives kind of across the board. Everything we do from advocacy and policy to prevention and education to facilitation of other organizations getting together to try to find gaps.
The YRBS is an important way for our voices to be heard. But in order to get the high-quality results that many organizations rely on, the YRBS needs your support. Multiple organizations and individuals are crucial to the success of the survey. School districts and schools, participate in the YRBS. Teachers, help your students understand the importance of the survey. And parents, complete the permission form for your student.
Recover Alaska is so grateful to have the YRBS as one piece of this really rich data landscape that we have, because it would be a huge lift for my organization to have to get all of that data ourselves, but as it is, we can use it to guide our work, and not just Recovers, but the entire community can use it.